Hi, it's day 3 of my exam marker video diary, and I'm so excited that you're still with me and that you're joining me through this journey. So today was the first full day of marking. So like I said, day 1, lots and lots of training. Day 2, we have like a debrief training where we go back over things that we've covered in our marking on the first afternoon and discuss some of the questions and maybe things that have come up for us and do a little bit more training around that. So today has been the first full day of training, and something that I don't think I've really shared that much before, but has really been very apparent in particularly one of the questions, or both of the questions that I'm marking, particularly one of them, the longer one, is this idea of having detail and clarity for the marker. Okay, so words in the marking guide that say clearly linked, or clear connection, or detailed explanation. And some of those words that you will see if you go away and find some marking guides or mark schemes or rubrics or criteria for any assessments that you may have coming up. I'm saying this more to students than parents. I know normally these my vlog videos are more aimed at parents, but it's going to serve everybody really well if I just share it like this. So one of the really big, particularly in this question that I'm marking, big determining factors, I guess, or cutoff points in terms of, is it considered the top level or is it considered the lower level? Is it in the A-B quality or is it in the C-D-E quality? Do we have to read in additional meaning for ourselves? So as a marker and as a teacher, we get very used to, because we know the content that we're teaching and that we're testing, we get very used to knowing what someone means or what they're trying to say when they say it. And it's even more of a danger when we as students do that, because we know in our head what it is we want to say. And we feel like it's coming across in our writing, even if sometimes when you have a complete stranger or a marker who is having to absolutely simply mark from like blank canvas to the marking criteria. And by blank canvas, I mean, we don't know you, we don't know how good that student is, we don't know what you've been taught or how well you've been taught or what you know or how well you revised or if you know this or you don't. That's what I mean. When we're coming at from there, sometimes, or if you had a complete stranger just read this and go, does this make sense? What are they talking about? Are they having to fill in some gaps themselves to make this answer fully linked, fully connected, and flow? And that has been a big, like I said, cutoff or marker point, really. And I found that I'm using it a lot in this particular question that I'm marking. So if I'm there kind of going, oh, does that count as like the good version, or does that count as the they've done some linking but they haven't done the full connection, or they haven't explained that full connection? That's where I go to, and we have been told that as a direction from the exam board. In fact, I think one of the notes I'm reading from the marking guide that I showed you the other day, a couple of weeks ago as you're watching this, my marking scheme, it has the word suggests an idea or states the idea or explains the connection or makes a link. So for example, in the note at the bottom, it says suggests means the response presents enough information or evidence to provide the gist, but gaps have to be filled by the reader. So take a step back whenever you're writing or practicing a response or in an exam. This is a great thing to do if you're going through and have time to go back and edit and proofread and check answers. Is there any extra information that could be added in to make that response absolutely 100% clear? No doubt about it. No gaps that the reader has to fill or the marker has to put in for themselves, or added meaning that they have to insert to make that answer really flow, or that connection be absolutely clear and detailed. So there's one big tip to deciding and judging whether an answer is really detailed and high quality, or is making some links but is lacking somewhere. So that's a quick tip just to have a look. And parents, you can use that if you are going through your son's or daughter's answers and they've asked you to check them or proofread them. There's something that you can look out for and specifically mention to them, because as someone who hasn't been there and learned it or taught it to them, then you're in a really good position to make that judgment as well. So I'm Katie Price. This is day number 3 in my exam marker video diary. It's an annual occurrence. It's perfectly timed. I was thinking about this today. It is so perfectly timed because by doing the QCS marking, as I've said before, if you've been with me a while now, the QCS exams are awesome because they are skills-based. They're not subject-specific. So all of the techniques and the marking and the skills and the strategies are so transferable to any subject. So that's super cool and why I love doing this marking and sharing it with you. And the timing is so good because they do those exams before we lead into term 4 and into those finals. So I get to share all this with you as all students then throughout the whole country move into end of year exams and finals. So that's just a little added bonus I was thinking about today that I just thought I'd add in to add a bit more positivity. So like I said, if you have anyone you know around, whether it's students, parents, or even teachers that would benefit from hearing this, then please feel free to share it. Click the share or the like button on Facebook. Leave me a comment or share the link for the blog. That's awesome. If you want to see any of my other videos, if you're new to this, all of them are stored on my blog at www.greattransformation.com.au/blog. And until tomorrow or until next week, have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you soon.